Is there a to-do list? Is there a checklist on your home before you list it? Stick around as I get into that in the question of the day. What's going on, guys? Matt in the hat. Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. You are tuned in to the hot list. I come to you on Monday through Friday each and every week around 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. We hang out and talk real estate. We talk properties new to the market with recent price reductions or something unique about the property that I want to share with y'all, want y'all to know. I also answer a question of the day that is submitted by a listener of the podcast. And to find out how you get your question on air, just stick around for a few minutes. And finally, I recognize and thank a sponsor of the week each and every week. And if you are wanting more information, interested in becoming a sponsor of the week, all you got to do is hang out with me for a few minutes and I will happily get you that information and tell you where to go. Thank you guys so much for joining in, listening, whether you're catching this live, replay, or listening to this on the podcast. Thank you guys so much. For those that can see, I do have another Christmas hat. It lights up, it lights normal, it turns off, it goes fast, and it stays solid. I'm going to keep it on the solid right now so I don't give myself seizure or anything like that. And the property we are talking about today, the address is 1229 South Highway 99. This is a truly unique property. It's a 4-bed, 3.5-bath house with 24 acres and 5,184 square feet of finished space. That is a ton of space. Currently listed for $525,000 courtesy of Farm and Home. So this house is a ranch style house. It is going to be country living at its finest with the convenience of being right off of blacktop. That is so much easier on your vehicle, so much better ride being blacktop instead of gravel. It's just an overall better ride, not as much maintenance on your vehicle as well. There's tons of windows throughout this house to let in as much natural light as possible. Does have a wood fireplace, a deck and patio off of the back of the house, and it also has a 48 by 38 building that is detached as well. As far as the house goes, there's tons of room throughout the house. Too much to get into in just covering in this short video. So make sure that you click on the link in the description while this home is still available. It'll take you right to my website and you can see the house for yourself. Check out the pictures and take a look. And in doing that, you can just see all this house has to offer and so much more. If you are a pre-approved buyer or interested in the property, make sure that you reach out to me wherever you listen to this. I would be happy to answer some questions for you. And like I said, if you're pre-approved, also get a showing scheduled for you as well. Before I get into the question of the day, I do want to recognize and thank our sponsor of the week this week, and that is First Start Pool and Patio right here in Emporia. Their physical store here in town, 2929 West Highway 50, and you can contact them 620-208-7665 for more information or to answer your pool or spa needs. So we've talked a little bit about this week what type of services or what type of products they offer. Today we wanted to get into a little bit of what they do on the service side. On the service side, they do pump repairs, filter repairs. They will clean your pool. They will winterize the pool. Any type of opening procedures, closing procedures need to be done depending on the seasonality. Big one over the last couple of years, for a lot of people I spoke with, is liner replacement. Liner replacement has been huge over the last couple of years. They also help search for leaks, not only leak detection, but leak repair, and they do special types of renovations as well. So make sure, don't hesitate, click on the link in the description. It'll take you right to their website so you can see firsthand what they do for service, how to contact them, and what type of chemicals they have available to help clean your pool and help keep it functioning properly and maintained at its finest. If you are interested in being a sponsor of the week on the hot list, supporting the channel, all you got to do is reach out to me, drop a comment wherever you're listening to this. Doesn't matter, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. I would be happy to have a conversation with you, and we can see if you're a good fit for the hot list, get you on a schedule, and get some details to share with everybody. Question of the day. Definitely my favorite part of the hot list, and I absolutely love this. The question of the day is submitted by a listener of the show each and every day, Monday through Friday, for as long as I've been doing this. It originally started as a behind the scenes kind of deal, and that has morphed into a question of the day, a question segment that people just have about real estate in general, and I'm happy to answer what I can. What I don't know, I do some research on, and I speak with people that may have gone through this and just get their information, input, and their advice as well. So, question of the day. Is there a to-do list before selling my home? This is an amazing question because I personally have a checklist. Wait 1 minute, I'm digging for it. If I was thinking I would have grabbed this sooner, but for those that can see it on either LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, I do have a seller's checklist. This is a free checklist. I send this to potential sellers. If you are interested in seeing what the checklist is, again, it's nothing top secret. I would be happy to share. Drop your email in the comments wherever you're listening to this. I'll shoot you. Just remind me what it's for, because I do get comments. So just tell me I want the seller's checklist and drop your email, and I'd be happy to share it with you. But all it is just a quick checklist. And I do get this question from time to time. That's why I have the checklist. That's why I'm happy to answer this question. And I do well, let me back up. Before I get into the walkthroughs, basically what it comes down to is this. Selling your house is one of the most tricky parts and can be one of the most difficult parts of owning a home, because there's always little projects that are going on, or we meant to do or wanted to do, and of course we didn't get around to doing them. Other things that may not have been perfect in the house, and in our minds we kept telling ourselves, yeah, I'm going to get to that, yeah, I'm going to do that, and at some point we just knew we weren't, and we learned to live with them. And before you pull the trigger to list your house as is or in the current condition it is, call a realtor, preferably me if possible. Call a realtor for a walkthrough. There are two types of walkthroughs that I do during or before a listing presentation. First one is I walk through the house without the seller with me, through the eyes of a potential buyer. The second walkthrough I do is with the seller, have them tell me what's been updated, what's been remodeled, replaced, and what they love most about the home, because that gives me something to kind of talk about and feature. So before you're going to list the house, like I said, call an agent. Hopefully it's me. If not, not every agent does this type of walkthrough, but ask them what they do, because our job as agents is to give the best advice possible, whether that means certain items to update or repair before you list it for sale, because you're unsure when that quote unquote right buyer is going to walk through the door. You want your house standing as tall as possible and putting its best foot forward. Now, I'm not saying that you have to completely remodel your house. That's not what I'm saying. At the very least, make sure everything is in properly working order. again, no house is perfect. You can't possibly do everything to your house to make it in a like new condition. You just want to make it as presentable as possible. And there are a minimum level of items most buyers have come to expect anymore. So today we are going to talk about 8 items on a seller's to-do list. Number one is going to be your entry slash living room. Most homes have a living room or foyer combo. If you have a separate foyer, same advice is going to apply to that as well. Buyers are forming an opinion of your house from the online pictures. So they already have, they're already picturing it in your mind, having an opinion in mind, and they're walking up to the front door, and now it comes down to whether or not their opinion is going to be exceeded or disappointed. So when you do that, because of this reason, you don't want cell phone pictures as your online pictures. That doesn't do houses justice, and even if you try to take up the exposure on a cell phone, it may blow out or it may still appear dark, and that's not the best way to put the best foot forward for your house. Once that door opens, you want it to welcome those buyers, not terrify them and have them just be concerned throughout the entire walkthrough. That means cleaning your windows and opening your windows. Allow as much natural light in as possible. Any light bulbs that you have, make sure that they are in working order and condition. Any that are burnt out or may flicker a little bit, replace them. It doesn't take a whole lot. Clean your floors, sweep your floors, vacuum your floors, whatever type of floors you have, make sure you do that. If you have grout in your foyer entryway, make sure that it's intact, it's not crumbling, and regrout if necessary. With your walls, make sure that they are as in good condition as possible. That means painted, that means cleaned, not with dents, scuffed, any discoloration, anything like that. With paint, again, we've talked about this multiple times, lighter or neutral colors are recommended. True white can be a turn off, excluding the trim obviously, but just because it shows too much. What's been trending over 2019 and 2020 are some lighter blues, grays, and beiges. Can't even say the word. And that takes us into the next room we're talking about is the dining room. This is going to follow very similar advice as the living room, with one exception. Hopefully the name says it all. Dining. So with the dining room, there's typically a large amount of eating activities or hosting activities that take place in this room. Make sure that there are no stains or spots on the floor or under the table. Now, some dining rooms do have carpet. There are potential problems with having carpet in there because of stains, spots that don't come up. Remember, these are material facts. If you know that there's a spot or a stain, disclose it, because covering it up, it's going to feel like to those buyers you're trying to hide something else, and this could upset them as well as think that there's something else wrong with the house. If you're unable to remove the spot yourself, you do have a couple options. You could call in a professional carpet cleaner and see if they're able to get it out, or leave it, just kind of own it as it is. Don't be surprised that the buyers may ask for an allowance to replace that carpet or you to replace it in general. Number 3, your kitchen. This is one of the most extensive areas on the list because many of us spend a lot of time in the kitchen. There's a lot of moving parts going on in there, and there's a lot of items to check off. I would recommend doing these one at a time, starting with your appliances. Are they fully functional? Do they have an attractive appearance? Meaning, are they clean? Are they not scuffed? And do they match? Your kitchen sink. Hopefully that's clean. Make sure it's free of damage. Does it drain like it should? If you have a disposal, does it work? And same with the sprayer. If you have a sprayer on your sink, and what is the condition of the faucet? Is it leaking? Is it faded? Is it jacked up? Make sure that you do this and look at it. From there, it goes to your countertops, your backsplash, your cabinets. Are the countertops worn, chipped, or burnt? Does backsplash need regrouting? Do the cabinet doors open and close like they should? Are there signs of water damage, anything peeling, missing, or swelling? Make sure it's also clean to the touch, not sticky when people touch the counter or run their hand across the counter. And probably our most challenging one on the list, number 4, bedrooms, especially if you have kids. Makes sense, right? This is extremely difficult if you are still living in the house with kids while you're trying to find a buyer, and that just adds, one more degree of difficulty. I would recommend investing in storage systems or units. Systems as far as totes, cardboard boxes, whatever you're going to pack, try to reduce as much clutter as you can, put it in those boxes, or reduce whatever is not needed and put it in storage units. Either way, it's going to pay off. Organize these as best you can. This can minimize whatever you have in the house. This also gives rooms the appearance of having more space and just makes them appear a little bit bigger. While in the bedrooms, clean the windows, open the blinds, install new light bulbs if needed, and clean your floors, especially your kids' room. Number 5 is the bathrooms. This is going to be much like the kitchen because it has many wet areas like your sink, your toilet, your tub, and again, lots of moving parts. Basically, go the same list as the kitchen. Just add your shower tub unit, check the faucet, as well as shower head for leaks. Look and see to make sure that there's no mold on the tub or surround. Clean any stains and recaulk if needed. Number 6 is your garage. Usually not much to do here other than make sure the doors properly work. If you have an opener, make sure it works, your door's in good condition, and there's no surprising sound, so make sure you lubricate the opener or door if needed. Number 7, your overall general indoor area. Clean all of the windows, make sure all the light bulbs are working, replace those if needed. You would be shocked at the amount of houses that I show and lights don't work. The bulbs are burnt out or there's not even a light bulb in it. It doesn't cost you a whole lot to put a light bulb in it, and it gives a better impression. Leave your curtains or blinds open during the day or for showing. This makes the rooms feel bigger because you're seeing more light, more colors, and you're bringing in, so with that natural light plus those colors, it kind of bounces all those colors all around the room, and it's really an inviting feeling. And while we're talking interior, a new coat of paint on the ceiling probably wouldn't hurt either. With adding a coat of paint where needed, this also seals in any type of smells that might be a concern, or that your agent brings up as a concern. You live there, you may be used to it, but having your agent come in, walk around, they may address the smell. I know I've upset some people and therefore haven't listed some houses because people were offended because I brought up a smell or odor in the house. This gives the house a fresh scent and update. And when a buyer or potential buyer walks through, smells that paint, they know in their minds that house has been taken care of and there's no surprises waiting for them. And that brings us to number 8, which is the general outdoor curb appeal. is what we'll call it. So of course yard work is never done, no matter what the season, because spring, summer, you've got to keep your yard mowed, you've got to keep the edges trimmed, your hedges, bushes, keep those trimmed in an orderly fashion, along with any seasonal projects that you have done or started, haven't finished, clean those up as well. In the fall and winter time, it is a little bit different. You've got leaves to rake up, you've got snow, ice to worry about. So shovel all that, throw down some ice melt so nobody hurts themselves while they're getting to the house, because it's still your responsibility to maintain the look of this house while you're living there before it sells. Check your roof and your gutter as well. Just make sure that it's in good condition, everything's attached to the house, there's no weak spots or any areas of concern that shouldn't be there before your house goes live. The outdoors of your house is the first impression that those buyers are going to see. With a little prep work, this goes a long way, and when you, the homeowner, start to wonder if you should actually sell your house, that's when you know that you've done great work and you have knocked out that curb appeal. That is definitely what you want. So again, the 8 items on a seller's to-do list. Number 1 was the entry living room. Number 2 was the dining room. Kitchen, you know, you got a lot of moving parts. Just make sure everything's clean and working properly. Bedrooms, challenging with kids. I mean, so many of us have kids. That is the biggest challenge. Just minimize, downsize as best as possible. Keep what you need. Bathrooms, same as the kitchen. A lot of moving parts, a lot of wet areas. Just make sure that everything's clean, no mold, and recaulk along the shower tub surround if needed. Number 6 is your garage. Again, not really much to do here other than make sure that the opener and the doors fully functional. No surprising sounds coming from the doors may scare your buyers. Number 7, the general indoors. Again, clean the windows and please replace the damn light bulbs. It doesn't cost a whole lot to replace a light bulb, people. And number 8, the general outdoor area. You've got, depending on whatever season it is, you've got general upkeep and maintenance to do. Check your roof, check your gutters, and make your house stand out and get that curb appeal going. That is going to wrap it up for me in the hot list. So thanks for watching with Matt in the Hat, Matt Johnson Real Estate, powered by Keller Williams Diamond Partners. I do this because your experience matters and should be trusted with a veteran. You'll have an awesome day, and I'll see you here tomorrow for Red Friday.